Hey everybody, it's Coach Lisa with the Running University doing my weekly check-in at 5:30 p.m. Arizona time. And I've been doing this weekly. I'm going to have some news to share about that momentarily. But if you've been following, I basically gained 20 pounds this year, and I'm really trying to work on getting it off. I think this is my 7th week that I've been doing these. So some of the things I always like to reflect on last week and look forward to next week. One of the things, some good positive things that happened to me last week were the fact that I did have my cardiology appointment. I posted about that. There were some concerns about my blood pressure and maybe a heart murmur, and my dad had a quadruple bypass, so we really wanted to make sure that we could hone in on that and make sure everything was good. So I had taken some tests, the blood work, all the things, and apparently my heart is in amazing shape. Just some things we still need to keep an eye on as far as my blood pressure, which could be menopausal related. But I do eat a higher fat diet, and I do get a lot of my food from animal fat, or a lot of my fat from, dairy, and I do eat meat. So I'm going to be working on, maybe playing around with my diet a little bit more, reducing some of that and changing that to some different fat. Of course, I eat avocados and do the good fats as well. But that's one of my big takeaways. But it was really cool to have a doctor be very impressed with how well everything looked as far as my heart goes and all my flow, which is very exciting. Just looking at my notes. And then the other thing that happened last week, I got together with some of my friends. Was it Thursday through Saturday? We went out of town for a girls' weekend. I knew that would affect my workouts, even though we were up in a beautiful location. We did get a couple of hikes in, but they were short versus the amount of eating I did. First day, I tried to be very cognizant. I wasn't about to track, but I tried to be aware of not snacking mindlessly. And then, of course, by Friday, whatever, it was a free-for-all. I did choose to bring Mexican beer, my Modelos. I love to make micheladas versus having IPAs or a stronger beer. So that was a choice I made. But yeah, so I got through that. And so those were some of the good positives. The other thing that I had a realization about, I haven't even weighed myself. I think I'm about the same. Went to an event last night. And lately, if I'm going to do something outside of running, because that's what most of my clothes are, I'm having a hard time. I think I have one pair of jeans that I fit in. But most of my shorts and other clothes don't fit me, and I was going to wait it out. And then a positive is just to decide to go out and just buy me a couple of new things. Like, I should just treat myself, not worry about getting into the old clothes, just so that I do have stuff. So, and then going into this week, my knee's better from the fall, so I'm back on track. Actually, today was supposed to be an off day, but I went out and ran because it'd been almost a week, and I really just wanted to get out there just to feel good. I did it really for mental health and just to start out my Monday with just a 3-miler, which is great. But so I'm on track. I haven't made my schedule for the week yet, but I have found that when I do put the stuff on my calendar, that makes a big difference. So the last thing I'm going to close with is, for now, this is going to be my last live. I've been 7 weeks. I don't mind doing this. It's actually a really good reason why I'm going to just take a break or stop, because I signed up for a 9-week course creation course that's going to be very intensive, and I need to carve out about an extra 3 to 5 hours a week for it. And I have to trim off some of these things that may or may not really have a big impact on my business. And as much as I love keeping myself accountable here, between doing the video and then getting it uploaded to YouTube and making my thumbnail, I mean, it's about an hour and a half every week that I'm not going to do it for right now. I may be doing updates in my newsletter. So if you're all the way this far in the video and you want to hear updates from me, or really the best thing is just follow me on Instagram. But you can shoot me an email at lisa@therunningsuniversity.com and ask to be put on my mailing list, and I can put you on my newsletter. But, so yeah, I'm a little bummed, but I know I'll be holding myself accountable regardless. I just can't take the time to do all of this anymore. So who knows? Maybe I'll start again. But let's see, in October, I'm going to be going back east for a couple of weeks. We have our Chi running instructor weekend. So I have about a month to really work on this, and I want to focus on my weight before that, because of course for that 2 weeks it's going to be a lot of craziness, although I'm sure a lot of good running still going to be happening. So anyway, that's it for me this week. Last time I check in with my weight loss, at least this way. And thank you all for listening and following me, and hopefully I've inspired you a little bit.